So with that as the backdrop, let's welcome our next speakers. So we have a case study from Valmont Industries. We have Katie Claessens, the Global Warranty Manager, and then from Tavant, one of our sponsors. Thank you very much. Samantha Horton. So come on up. Let's give them a round of applause. You guys can sit over there?
Yeah, we'll sit on the stairs. Thanks. Thanks, Mike. That was actually a really good introduction. I feel like you were reading my notes when I wasn't looking, maybe. But I wanted to start out on a little bit of history, very little. We're not going back very far. Because I was at this conference 5 years ago. I've been at this conference every year because I'm local and I'm in warranty. And yeah, why wouldn't they send me? And I remember when I first started coming to the conference, there was a few themes that kind of resonated. I mean, you'd go across all the booths in the hallway, and they were all promoting the same thing. You don't have enough data, let us help you. You're trying to cut warranty costs, let us help you. You're trying to automate warranty, let us help you. And I feel like a little bit has changed with the information influx. We're reducing silos. When I'm working with customers, I'm seeing a lot of reduction in siloed information and siloed data. It's coming together. We've got data lakes now, so there's a place for the data to go. Warranty costs have always been a concern. I don't think that's ever going to go away. But now that we have more data, we can go change the focus a little bit more on not just automating claims and reducing warranty costs, but what else can we reduce? Quality issues with warranty information, with the information that's in the data lakes. So I'm definitely seeing a great progression, and it's really interesting to watch firsthand with customers like Valmont how that looks and how that works for them. When we talk about the information that we have now, though, the issue isn't there's not enough data or we can't get data from the right teams. It's we have too much data, we have noise, we don't have enough time to process it and even understand what it means. So that's where we try to come in and help customers like Valmont. So as Mike mentioned, Samantha Horton with Tavant. I'm a business architect there for 6 years now. With Katie Claessens here, if you want to give a little introduction.
Sure. I'm the Global Warranty Manager for the Irrigation Division of Valmont Industries. So what we do is we manufacture the irrigation pivots that water the crops out in the fields. I've been in the job for about 8 years and have been trying to get Tavant in to work with us for about 5 of those.
Not because we didn't want to.
Not because of them.
I think Katie's being a little modest. She's not giving you the full background of her role. She is the single source of warranty for Valmont when it comes to irrigation. And we're talking a global company with irrigation systems anywhere from South Africa, Australia, Europe, North America. They're everywhere. And we're talking the big systems that you drive past out in the fields that go on forever and ages out there. So it is actually pretty complex system that we've got to see firsthand. But Katie is a single source. All the claims come into her. And we're talking across the globe. She's the only one seeing every single claim and every single issue. So as we get into a little bit of discussion about early warning, we'll kind of come back to that and how we can help companies like Valmont and people like Katie in those positions. So yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about early warning. We are talking about data and data lakes and where all that information comes from, but also where it can go and how it can help. The case for early warning, I think, is very strong now more than ever because we've automated. We've got the business rules engines. We're automating the claim processing. We understand where maybe some excess warranty costs can be cut. But how do we help in other ways as far as quality issues and detecting faster? Besides the quality issues, the customer expectations have also risen. We hear that daily, whether that's your dealers or actual end consumers. They're all expecting faster resolutions. They're using ChatGPT to write emails. Why can't you use the same technology to come up with resolutions faster for your failures? So I'm sure everyone in the room can kind of understand a little bit about that and has similar experiences. We're also seeing the ability to use maintenance as a predetermined factor as well as far as early detection goes. So when we're asking dealers to go out and maintain, and we're getting that customer feedback also when dealers are going out to do maintenance. We're able to use that information for early warning. So we've got more touch points on the products, whether that's a vehicle, a tractor, or a irrigation system out in the field. We're also looking at extending warranty, or not extending warranty life, but product life, asset life, and making major improvements on that when we're doing the regular maintenance, and also using that information for early detection. So more touches on the product, more information and feedback from the customer and dealer is all of the different data points that we're using for that early detection. And when we talk about early detection, when it comes to warranty, obviously we're not talking prediction here. I'd like to think that in maybe 3 to 5 years, that's going to be the next big thing, is actual predicting failures before they occur and even reducing this cost even more. But right now we're talking about warranty, and warranty means the failure's already happened. So how can we use that as a benefit, as a plus to us? We're looking at using that warranty information to prevent widespread failures, widespread cost before it becomes a major issue globally. We think about irrigation systems that are used across multiple regions. All of the different weather factors, the ground conditions all come into play, and is information that is coming into the warranty claims and warranty system. So detecting those types of issues before they become a widespread problem, using all the different data points. There is actually quite a bit of information out there. So as far as the warranty claims, but also technician notes, using natural language processing to analyze technician comments and getting more information from them. Any IoT and analytics information, the sensor data, then also the part returns. Part returns are coming in and inspections are happening, but where is that information going? And how does it connect to the warranty claim and the IoT information as well? So kind of really bringing all of that together, as well as customer and dealer feedback. So scraping social media sites and blogs. Are your customers out there complaining about an issue that maybe hasn't even come back on a warranty claim yet? Those can all be really linked together, and when it comes together, it's definitely a lot more powerful than it is individually on its own. So looking at the information that we've got, that we're talking about, all those different data sources and capabilities, we're working on pattern recognition, grouping together the issues that are found, and then starting to use agents to prioritize and determine, is this a safety issue, a risk factor for your customer or dealer? That's going to get a higher priority and get notifications out faster to different team members, but also identify anomalies. So if we've got a pattern, now we can also get a baseline. And once we've got a baseline, we can start looking at anomalies to see whether that's a cost factor, a quality issue, or a reoccurring problem, using those different levels to prioritize issues and send out notifications to different team members. But we come back to Katie at Valmont. We're talking about that one person processing all of the individual claims and one person seeing all of the different issues. It was crazy to me when I sat across from her at the table and she started telling me, yeah, I have to think back, oh, did I see a claim on that already, and who should I notify about this issue? And then she's getting also reports in from the part returns guys out in the shop going, hey, we opened up this, and here's what we found. This is different from the last time. So now she's getting information in from all different sources. So we kind of came up with our own little joke. We were calling her Katie AI, because she was doing everything that we were like, hey, this agent could help you. So let us come in and see what we can do and how we can improve your day-to-day work. So I think a lot of the challenges that we used to talk about as far as the silos and the inconsistent formats are either already solved or solvable. Companies like Tavant, Pega, others can come in and help with the data cleanup, get some consistencies across the different regions, or at least help you bring that information in and make it tangible and bring in information that's going to help. When we talked with Valmont, again, we saw some major areas of improvement when it came to warranty and automation, as well as globalization. So as we're talking about the different regions, we're bringing all of those in, but I'll let Katie talk a little bit about our project.
Yeah, so before we brought Tavant in, our major plan was to just wrap me in bubble wrap so that nothing could happen to our warranty data. But right now, the system that we're currently using was a homegrown system. It's 25 years old. You know, everything everybody said yesterday was basically my story. I felt like I was just up here talking all day yesterday because just about everything was relatable to me. One of the biggest things that made me want to drive a change with the warranty system was when our lead engineer brought over a new member of his team, and he said, you know, this is Katie, she can get you whatever warranty information you need, but you have to take that information with a grain of salt. And that was like a gut punch. You know, I want my warranty data to be something that's useful, to be something that we can feed back into the organization, you know, something that engineering can take and it's tangible that they can act on. So that's what really drove me, you know, to start discussing this with my manager and with our upper leadership, that we needed to do something better. We needed to get better systems in. We needed to be able to have a system in place that our dealers weren't able to just put other in for the failure mode, which is the bane of my existence right now. You know, it's feeding through all of that data, and sometimes you have to resort to just reading the comments that the dealer puts in for you, and it's just too time consuming. So yeah, we brought Tavant in to kind of help us get a new system in place, to help us better help the dealers and to put in better data for me so that I can, you know, act upon it better, feed it back into the company, get it to QA, to engineering, and just make our product better so that we can hopefully stop problems before they get out into the field.
So some of the areas that we're focusing on right now are some of the basics. Like she mentioned, claim entry, making sure dealers have easier time entering information, as well as inspections of the product. So a big portion of this is what they call commissioning, which is actually asking the dealer to go out in the field after the irrigation system is set up and installed and running to make sure everything is A-OK and set up correctly before, you know, any failures start occurring. So they can kind of validate everything's set up to spec because it is such a complex system. So we're enabling a mobile application for that, something that, you know, again, globally can be used offline, out in the field, which is another great touch point to bring in when we're talking about warranty data and information and that early warning detection. When it comes to the warranty claims, like I mentioned, easier claim entry and access, but also more business rules for Katie to be able to set up and manage, so she's not touching every claim. But she's touching those outlier and expensive and weird claims that she gets. So a lot more focus on the specific information that she's needing. There's also the part returns and recalls information that we're also enabling with Valmont. Again, more information for the warranty team to use when it comes to early detection. So besides early detection, we also are using natural language processing, like I mentioned, to analyze the technician comments, summarize the claim information for claim processors, but also do quality code prediction. So we're analyzing the technician comments, the rest of the product information and parts replaced to determine the best quality codes for repair, failure, those cause and correction codes that quality teams are using to analyze the information, but also the suppliers are using to process those claims. So looking for ways to improve recovery, but also communication between the OEMs and suppliers. And then the predictive trend modeling. So again, not just knowing that a failure happened, but trying to use that information to predict when failures might occur in the future. So looking at trending of issues based on the IoT information that's coming in, the repetitive failures and issues from claims, based on the product life cycle. Where is it at when it's happening in its life cycle? And what are the conditions that it's in? So we can start to say, hey, if this condition's coming up and this part of the product is in this life cycle, we can potentially predict failures before they even start occurring. Now, obviously, that's going to look a little different on how you go about repairing or preventing those as far as communication with customers or dealers, those reach outs and maintenance that could potentially happen to prevent the failure. And then I've already kind of mentioned the pattern detection and anomaly detection. So again, clustering together the issues, identifying which ones are the safety or costly failures, and sending those out, notifications to your team. On the opposite side of the screen, we're talking a little bit more about assistance. So using agents and AI to assist your dealers. A lot of those frequently asked questions, warranty coverage information and questions. I know I personally have had experiences where I've taken a vehicle into a dealer and they couldn't tell me if it was covered under warranty at the front desk. So I was kind of left wondering, like, what's the next call going to be? Is it going to be a bill for me? Or, hey, no, this is covered by your warranty and you're all set to go. So simple things like, is this covered under warranty type of questions, anything down to the technician and how best to troubleshoot and diagnose an issue. There's also adjudication assistance. So as we work with customers like Katie, how can we help the adjudicators as they're processing claims? Because no matter what, there's going to be manual touches on claims. The high dollar ones, the safety risk, contingent ones. How do we help them process those claims a little bit faster and more consistently? By using the adjudication assistant, we're summarizing claims. We're also asking that agent to go back and look at historical claim information to give Katie and others similar scenarios to understand how were they solved or processed, so they can kind of do a little compare and contrast quickly without having to run down all of that information themselves, or try and remember, hey, I had a claim like this last week, what was the resolution and outcome? So when we talk about early detection and AI, I know a lot of presentations have kind of mentioned different ways to implement and how to make this a more manageable task and project to take on. A lot of presentations have mentioned start small, stay focused on a single ROI or goal, try not to bring in too many SMEs and all of the different teams that are going to have different uses and needs to keep it focused. But also you want to build that cross-functional alignment. So it's kind of a tricky line to walk. You want to keep your team small and focused, but you also want to make sure you're getting the right information from all the different team members to make it effective. Prioritizing and cleaning the data. I heard yesterday, and I actually really agreed with this, is you don't have to start after you clean your data. Let's clean the data and get the project rolling and get a POC type of engagement out there so you can start to see some benefits immediately from that small focused goal. One that's actually not listed here that I was talking with someone yesterday that sounded really important was make sure you identify who's going to be assigned the information resolution, who's going to be assigned to take that data and information that's now being gleaned with the AI and assign someone to identify the team member that needs to take that forward. Who's going to use that information and make sure that it's being implemented into a new work process or quality workflow. So that's not just spitting out results that no one's responsible for. And then ultimately, we're not just using early warning as a tool. We're trying to make it as a cultural change in companies, bringing in more collaboration and communication across team members, whether that's warranty, quality, engineering, the dealer satisfaction team members, so that as you move forward, all of those teams are collaborating and using the information from the AI agents and early warning detection to your best ability and getting those ROIs. And any questions?
All right. Any questions for the group? Katie, where are you at in your implementation?
We just started 3 weeks ago with our discovery meetings.
Okay.
So very early.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
So we're counting on you next year to come back and tell us about your success story.
indeed. I hope so.
Okay? All right, questions? Is there a question somewhere?